Hey, beautiful. Welcome to day 2 of the 21-day solo travel challenge. Today's challenge is fun, but also powerful. We're watching a movie, but not just any movie. We're watching a woman choose herself through travel. We're watching her surrender. We're watching her see the possibilities. Why? Because sometimes the most freeing thing is seeing another woman doing what you're afraid to name for yourself. You may have noticed the theme, surrender and see. As a small side note, I've been disobedient for about 6 years, not doing what I know I am called to do in service of fellow affluent women, which is share God and my faith. This is the transparent part of my healing journey. So, Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." This verse is about the see in surrender and see, and perceiving the newness God is creating, even in barren or overlooked spaces like burnout, lost identity, or fear. Hebrews 12:1-2 says, "Let us throw off everything that hinders, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus." This captures the surrender, letting go of what weighs us down so we can run our race, not the one dictated by others. So many of us have been conditioned to see leaving as abandonment, but sometimes leaving for a little while is how you find your way back. This is the heart of surrender and see. Surrender the guilt, surrender the timeline, and see that your restoration doesn't have to look like a nervous breakdown. Sometimes it looks like a woman boarding a plane with no explanation but peace. Last year, I watched a TV show called The Four Women. I believe it played on HBO. It was a series, 8 or 10 episodes. And the show was about a young woman who was making her way in the world, finding herself, traveling the world, traveling the states, pursuing her passion of journalism, trying to write a book. And she had chosen 4 women who were all wives, all mothers, and had given up themselves, lost their passion, lost their direction, conformed to this image of what wifedom, what that husband and being a mother to those kids looked like. And each of the women chose some extremely unhealthy actions, screaming out to be seen and heard. And when I watched the movie, or the series, I remember thinking 2 things. I wish in my 20s I had the same opportunity to pursue passion. I had no idea what I wanted to do in my 20s. I was good in math. I was newly married at 21. I thought I was going to substitute teach. They offered me a full-time job with benefits, and thus my 25-year career in education. But if I could do life over again, I'd have been a background singer or a chef, both taking me into travel. The other thing I reflected on was I don't want to be or repeat what is very real from any of those 4 women, which is choosing something detrimental to my own character and integrity, detrimental to my family, because I have not taken the time to self-introspect, reflect, slow down, and pause to figure out what I need in this phase of life. That was what stood out to me most when I watched that series. So today's task, watch a film where a woman finds herself through travel. Here's some great options to choose from: Eat, Pray, Love, Wild, The Holiday, Under the Tuscan Sun, Queen, which is a Bollywood film with English subtitles and it's super powerful, Tracks, A Map for Saturday, which is a documentary on solo backpackers if you're into that thing. And while you're watching, don't look for the perfect life. Look for the moment she chooses herself. Notice how she's no longer waiting for someone else to give her permission. And ask yourself, what would it look like if this was me? Here's an optional ritual. Make some popcorn, pour yourself a drink, light a candle. Let this be your solo moment for today. So many of us need to see the life we crave reflected before we believe it's possible. But I'm here to remind you, you don't need a movie to prove your story matters. You're already in the middle of becoming. I'd love to hear from you and build a list that will help other women. Would you mind commenting below? What movie did you or will you watch? And what moment stood out most to you? Grab the workbook if you haven't already. Today's prompt is in there so you can reflect right after the credits roll. Subscribe and hit the bell. Tomorrow, we're making your dream trip visual with some solo travel inspiration that goes way beyond vibes. This is your season to surrender and see, and you're doing it beautifully. Before I let you go, I have great news. The 4 solo trips to Bali are ready and waiting for you. If today's conversation stirred something in you, if you've been craving stillness, silence, the opportunity to self-reflect and reset, or just a moment to hear your own thoughts, I want to gently invite you to explore a traveling solo to Bali with Kinfolk Travel Concierge. The 4 trip options are designed for intentional solo experiences for women just like you and me. 3 of them are curated in Bali, Indonesia, and the last one is curated in Phuket, Thailand. These solo but not alone trips are designed to support you traveling without your husband or kids, designed for you to experience independent time among a group of other women doing the exact same thing alongside you, designed to allow you to do as much or as little as you want with your own time without having to move on someone else's schedule or expectations, and designed for your safety with the guide with you every step of the way. This is how you travel solo, but not alone. Each of the experiences are situated in affordable luxury and comfort and feature all of the highlights you may want to experience, like the Bali swing, flower baths, cultural shows, and local market and shopping, and so much more. But more specifically, each experience has a specific focus designed for your healing and your reset. I know you will love the cost of each trip, especially when you see the value in each of them. Plus, it's only $200 to secure your spot. You can choose a solo room alone or take this leap of faith and self-investment with another woman who you know needs this, sharing a double room with them. You don't have to choose today. Just know, if you've been waiting for a sign, don't let this one pass you by. We've got a spot with your name on it. A brief description of each trip and the booking link is in the captions and the notes. You can very easily find all of this information also on our website, which you can find in the captions. I'll see you in Bali and in the next video.